All right. Well, I'm going to jump to Safi just in case we don't have enough time. I want to get her question as well. What was your history and knowledge of the Resident Evil franchise before you landed the role? And now that you've performed as Leon and see how that integrates with the work, has your perception and understanding of the franchise changed drastically?
Okay, two-part question. I knew everything about the franchise. I've been playing almost since day one. I started back in 1998. I've played every single game that they've released. I knew everything about the projects, and I almost had to try to forget what I knew going into the remakes because we weren't trying to copy. We were trying to reimagine these things, and so yes, I had to put some things out of my mind and make it my own, inject my own personality. What would I have done in this situation? And the second question was, how has it changed? Well, um, I'm officially a part of the collaboration team. I had a lot more creative liberty in four. I think because they trusted me more at that point. I had played them twice before, and so they really trusted me and my sheer knowledge of what came before, and they knew that anything I was going to suggest had nothing to do with ego and everything to do with just doing the character justice. I just didn't want to fuck it up. I want to do him justice because if that's the last time I play him, I needed that to be like my best performance that I could ever possibly give, and that could have been my legacy. And so that's it. I'm happy. It came out great. It was the funnest project of my entire career. We had a blast filming that.
Oh, that's awesome to hear. Love it. All right. I think we can squeeze this last
Oh,
one in.
actually,
Go
hold on.
ahead.
Can I latch on to that last question? Okay,
No,
so with your
LeBron. Geez, gosh, gotta ruin the flow. No kidding. Go ahead.
so actually with your history and knowledge of the Resident Evil franchise, what is your standout moment, like your favorite moment from like the entire like history of Resident Evil? Like if there's like one scene, like like they were like we erase every other scene out of the franchise except for this one. Which one would you pick?
Oh man, that's one of those questions where I have to think about it for like I'd have to sleep on it for like 3 nights to make sure it was right. I don't know. I mean, I would probably have to pick something from my childhood because that's what affected me so much. Geez, the original Resident Evil 2. The first time I ever played a Resident Evil game was in '98. I slept over at my buddy's house, and I didn't know anything about the game. He told me it was going to be scary and bloody. And I was like, okay, let's do it. And I just remember so vividly. You kind of start in burning Raccoon City. There's fire everywhere, police cars, and the zombies everywhere. And I didn't know how to play the game. I died immediately the first try, and I was like, "Oh, I got to run away from these guys. I don't have enough ammo." And that started it right then. Survival horror instincts. I got to run and find ammo, find guns, and shortly after that, you find your shotgun. And I remember the relief of like, "Oh, I have a shotgun. It's a bigger gun. Oh, great, okay." And that was it. And from then on, I was locked in, diehard Resident Evil fan from the opening 15 minutes of Resident Evil 2, the original.
If you want to see how you can become a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/BossRushNetwork. The Patreon producers for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Christian S., Sana Dierig, Francisco Santillan, Matthew Keel, and Todd Oxtra. Thanks for your continued support of the Boss Rush Network.